In this video, we'll be looking at scary and creepy TikToks you probably shouldn't watch before you go to bed.
How did these 50,000 soldiers vanish? In the 6th century BCE, King Cambyses of the Persian Empire set out to conquer Egypt. He led a massive army of 50,000 soldiers and thousands of horses, camels, and other animals. But something went horribly wrong. As the army marched through the desert, they were faced with a series of devastating sandstorms, which caused them to lose their way. They soon found themselves stranded in the vast desert, with no water, food, or shelter. The remains of the Persian army's camp were later discovered by the Egyptians. The camp was deserted, with no sign of the soldiers or their animals. The remains of the camp showed signs of a frantic struggle for survival, with evidence of cannibalism. To this day, no one knows what happened to the lost army of Cambyses. Some theories suggest that they were swallowed up by the desert sands, while others propose that they were attacked and killed by the Egyptians. But no one knows for sure.
History all over the place.
He's acting weird. I'm getting weird vibes.
Does anyone remember the Miami zombie from 2012? This is Rudy Eugene, and back in 2012, when he was going to Urban Beach Week in Miami, his car broke down. He stayed with his car for about 30 minutes and then started to cross a 3-mile stretch of road called the MacArthur Crossway. As he was walking, he began stripping off his clothing, he got rid of his license, he had a Bible with him that he chucked, all around acting erratic. As he's walking, he runs into a homeless man, Ronald Papo, who was sleeping in the underpass of the causeway. And he proceeded to beat him unconscious, remove his clothing, and eat his face.
Oh.
This is not an over-exaggeration. He ate this man's face from
this dude
the beard
turned into a zombie.
When police arrived on the scene, they gave commands to Eugene to stop eating this dude's face. He didn't listen. He just proceeded to growl and continued to eat.
Yo, I think I remember this story when it happened, actually. This was a little while ago. That's crazy, though. You think people could really turn into, like, zombies or have a zombie-like mindset? Yo, I've seen videos of people, like, going into the grocery store, looking around, they'll grab, like, a piece of steak, and then just start eating it right there in the grocery store. It's the weirdest thing ever.
This man's face. He was unalived at the scene. Trigger warning. There are pictures of Ronald Papo right after his face got eaten online. And there are pictures of how it's healed since then. He did survive. I can't show these pictures because I'll probably get a community guideline violation, but they are fucking intense.
Stalker climbs into woman's apartment while filming TikTok.
Now this would be creepy. Look, she at home alone. Girl, lock your door. Lock your doors, y'all. Y'all can't trust nobody.
Alexa, off. Who are you? Who are you? Please get out. Please get out. No, please get out. Yes.
He said, am I your friend?
Who are you? Please get out of my apartment right now. Please get out of my apartment right now. Get out. Get out.
Look at that.
Hello?
Oh, no. You better lock your door, shorty.
Please come in.
Is this card game warning us of the future? The card game was released in the 1990s, and it seemed to predict world events with startling accuracy. The card game included references to events such as 9/11, natural disasters, and even the pandemic. This card game was called the Illuminati New World Order. Many believe that this card game was created by the Illuminati themselves as a way to communicate their plans to the world. Others believe that it was just a coincidence. But with so many events seemingly predicted by this game, it's hard to ignore the eerie similarities.
Right.
But whether it's fact or fiction, one thing is for sure. The Illuminati and their alleged plans for a new world order remain shrouded in mystery and intrigue. And so do the question.
Have y'all seen those cards yet? Like, them cards are crazy. The stuff he was saying, like, they've predicted so much stuff on there. And it makes you think, like, did they make these cards for a reason? Nate, what is that? Whoa. That's a frog climbing out of his back?
Things that people have ever done, part 1. Some of you guys might recognize the person in this photo.
Oh, yeah.
This is Dr. Klein, and he ran a fertility clinic. For those that don't know, fertility clinics are where people go when they want to have kids, but they're having a very hard time actually getting their eggs fertilized, so they'll go to a fertility clinic and have a doctor do it. What Dr. Klein ended up doing, though, was discarding DNA from other people and instead using his own to fertilize the eggs.
Oh.
This resulted in him having over 90 kids, but this is just a rough estimate. There might be more out there.
Ladies, can you imagine going to a clinic, right? You and your guy having troubles, your husband, whoever it is at the time, and you ask this guy right here, hey, can you help us? And then you have your baby, and he looks like this guy right here. Yo, wouldn't that be so messed up? This dude looked like a creep.
This is an extremely disturbing boundary to cross because, I mean, put yourself in these victims' shoes. Imagine that you're expecting to have a kid with your significant other, but instead you end up having this guy's kid.
What I just
Very
said.
messed up, and always be careful with who you trust.
Imagine getting a notification in the middle of the night that someone is at your door and seeing an old woman with a knife. What would you do?
Oh my gosh. I'd move out that neighborhood. She looked confused though. What y'all think's going on with her?
You don't want to play part 24, the Travel Man game. If you play this game correctly, the rewards could be great, but if you're greedy, you just might lose everything. To play this game, you will need to summon the mysterious Travel Man. To do this, you will need a candle or lantern and an empty household. You'll need to wait until night falls, light the candle, and go to your own front door. Next, you'll need to knock on the door 3 times while saying the words, Travel Man, come make me a deal. Finally, you'll need to repeat these steps every night for the next 7 nights. If you follow these instructions carefully, on the 7th night you may be greeted by a well-dressed entity carrying a briefcase. This is the Travel Man. He will immediately open his briefcase and offer you an item of little value, such as an apple or a small sum of money. You can accept this item, ending the game and banishing the Travel Man, or you can decline. If you decline, he will offer you an item that is slightly more valuable, and this process will continue until you accept his deal. However, be warned, with every item you decline, there is a chance he will accuse you of being too greedy and demand something from you instead. Your soul or your life. Comment whether or not you would play this game and follow for more.
Yo, what's up with all these like Travel Mans or like Candy Man? You got to say their name 3 times and they randomly appear. I don't know if that stuff's real or not, but it definitely used to creep me out when I was a kid. Uh-oh. The jinn caught on camera.
طب في مجال أشوف وجهك؟ تعالي 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 تعالي.
Living in the caves, huh?
تعالي تعالي. تعالي. هون. كيف تاكلي هون وكيف بتعملي؟ أعوذ بالله. صوتك غريب أو صوتك غريب. أنا شاك في أمرك. إخوان طلع 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 طلع. ركزوا على رجلها، ركزوا 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 عند رجلها. والله ما هي رجل بشرية. والله ما هي رجل بشرية يا إخوان. بسم الله. سلام قول من رب الرحيم. إخوان من الجهتين. من
Whoa, that was wild.
Animal facts, you are going.
What about Y2K? I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember Y2K, but I remember Y2K. Everyone thought the end of the world was coming. People were like, man, they were going crazy for the year 2000.
Going to unfollow me for. Meerkats are psychopaths. They're female dominated, and often the leader will force her subordinates to be her wet nurse in exchange for not getting kicked out the mob or straight up unalived. Also, they're more likely to unalive their own kind than any other mammal. There's a type of parasite that attaches itself to the eyeball of the Greenland shark and eats away at its cornea until the shark goes completely blind.
Oh man, that's
the parasite
messed up.
then acts as a fishing lure for the shark, but this is like cutting off someone's legs and then renting them a wheelchair. Because sloth bears live with tigers and leopards, they're naturally aggressive, but since they usually eat insects and fruits, they're not natural predators. Which means sloth bears don't really know how to unalive people, they just inflict as much damage as possible. Which is why victims of the sloth bear often have most of, if not their entire faces torn off. Back in the 80s, the Ganges River had a problem with human corpse pollution. Yes, you heard that right. So they decided to release 25,000 flesh-eating turtles to clean up. It didn't work.
I bet it didn't. Oh. Did y'all see that?
I got a strange going on out here. Something just killed my dog. Something killed your dog? My dog went flying through the air over the trees. I don't know how it did it.
That was a 911 call made from Kitsap, Washington in the year 1990, in which a man claimed that someone or something grabbed his dog and threw it over his 9-foot privacy fence, ultimately killing him. And the next time that he would call 911 would be far, far worse. The area known as Kitsap has been known to have all kinds of weird and odd sightings of something out there ever since people have occupied the land. This being is often what we refer to as Sasquatch. Now in the phone call he describes that there's something outside crawling around. He brings up the fact that his dog recently passed away and begs the police to send someone out there. All this is to build up to the moment that he actually realizes what he's looking at. Now I'm not going to sit here and say that I believe or don't believe this phone call. That is up to you to decide. Here's the call.
I'm out here come through the window now and I don't see anything. I don't want to go outside. Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't either.
Tia!
Hello?
Get somebody out there.
What's going on now, sir?
That son of a bitch is about 6'9", I don't know.
You see him now, sir?
Yes, I'm looking right at him.
Uh-oh. Okay, hang on.
He's right.
Is he in your yard, sir?
Yeah, God, he's big.
Okay, what's he in your yard?
He's looking big.
I live in a country.
Oh, he said he's looking at me.
People know about this back here, but I'm telling you, I could have sworn I saw somebody. Oh my goodness! Hey Zach, I could have sworn. See, Zach, there is a man over there. What? I'm not even playing. You need to go check it out. There is somebody over there.
Look, she sent it him. Go check it out.
Right now, I'm not even. Be careful. I just seen him over there by that tree, Zach. Zach, be careful. I'm not even playing. Zach, he's right there.
Zach want all the smoke. Look at that, creeping around. Oh my gosh. Guys, what is going on out here? It is some creepy videos on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. If you like the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.